You're starting to hear and read about some of the newly elected members of Congress discussing their support for a Green New Deal. And if you haven't heard about it, you will soon. What exactly might a Green New Deal look like? We thought it might be interesting to hear not from a politician, but from an environmental economist. In this case, that would be me, Mathew Forstater, professor of economics at the University of Missouri, Kansas City, and research director with the Global Institute for Sustainable Prosperity. Over the next few videos, we will examine questions such as how might a Green New Deal be organized? What are we hoping will be achieved? How would we pay for it? What specific policies would be involved? Would it hurt the economy and job creation? The idea of a Green New Deal is based first on an understanding that humanity faces significant ecological challenges stemming from the growing size and structure of modern economies. This ecological challenge must be addressed, but we will also still have the economic challenges we already face with regard to problems like unemployment, poverty, and growing inequality. The second part of what's implied in a Green New Deal is that nothing less than a full-scale transition onto an environmentally sustainable path for our economy is warranted by the urgency of our environmental challenges. This requires a program that includes a package of policies capable of guiding the economy through that transition and out the other side to a truly sustainable society. We are speaking of a transformation in the technological structure of production away from fossil fuels and toward renewable energy. It involves market and government as well as local community institutions. These are not just quantitative changes, they must be qualitative. Changes in technology and changes in the composition of spending by households, firms, and governments. This means there will be winners and losers in that new products and industries will come into being and others will be left behind. This is not a bad thing. It's always happening in the economy in any case, but we need the changes to be towards sustainable practices, so green behaviors must be rewarded and unsustainable behaviors punished. No people can be left behind, however, and so those from declining industries will receive assistance in transitioning toward new industries and occupations through job and educational assistance. Just like the New Deal had the Works Progress Administration, the Civilian Conservation Corps, and other alphabet agencies that created millions of jobs, producing tremendous public infrastructure and social services, the centerpiece of a Green New Deal will be a Green Jobs Guarantee. We'll discuss this in more detail in the next episode. And just as the New Deal created Social Security, a Green New Deal can use a combination of ecological taxes, subsidies, quotas, zero-interest loans for sustainable rehab, and other similar policies to shape incentives toward more sustainable practices and away from less environmentally efficient ones. Application of the principle of environmental efficiency would in itself be part of a move in the right direction. It's a fairly simple idea that a lower resource intensity of production and emissions per unit of output need to be developed. These will also be cheaper as well, but one basic lesson of environmental economics is that a decision's cost or benefit depends on the length of the time horizon. The longer into the future we're looking, the more cost-effective sustainable behaviors become. Just think of the cost of wiping out all life on the planet. As John Stuart Mill argued in 1848, we should choose to move in this direction even if we are not compelled by biophysical necessity, as a just, sustainable economy is desirable regardless of exactly where the physical limits are. Similarly, what is today known as the precautionary principle is the idea that we should err on the side of caution when it comes to our care of the environment, which is also common sense. Next time, we'll look at the Green Jobs Guarantee, the cornerstone of the Green New Deal, in more detail. For the Global Institute for Sustainable Prosperity, this has been an episode in our Green New Deal series.